Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be reviewing the newest drugstore sponges that I have gotten my hands on. I have 3 from L'Oreal, 1 from NYX, and 1 from Revlon. Also, be on the lookout this week. I'm going to be doing another foundation review, kind of like I did with the L'Oreal one, but I'm going to do it on this Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. So stay tuned for that. It's either going to be up on Tuesday or Thursday. I haven't decided which day yet, but I've had mixed reviews about it, and I'm going to take you guys along through my day, and I'm going to show you how this works. So stay tuned for that video this week. I'm really excited about it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There will be a button down below underneath this video, and I'll also have a link in the description box. It'll be the first one that you see, and you can also hit that bell right beside the subscribe button, and that will get you notified every time I upload a new video. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this video and demonstrate some of these sponges for you guys. Okay, so I have a couple of favorites. Now the first thing I will say is I have tried a couple of these dry, and I do not like dry sponges. I actually tried these two when they were completely dry. They're actually damp right now, but I did not like them dry. I don't know what it is. It might just be me, but I do not like sponges to be dry when I'm blending out my products. I feel like when they're a little bit damp, it helps everything blend out a little bit easier and quicker. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say I prefer these wet, at least this one. This is my favorite right now. This is the L'Oreal sponge, and I love this for foundation and concealer because you can blend out foundation with this and then your concealer with this and you're good. I really am liking this so far, which I'm going to show you that in the video. But these two, I haven't tried them since I tried them dry. My first impressions of them were not good at all, but I am going to try them one more time for you guys on camera just to see if I like them when they're a little bit more wet. So that's what we're going to do. Also, I'm not going to demonstrate this one, but I figured I would talk about it first. This is the NYX Beauty Sponge, and I really like this a lot. I think this is such a great sponge. Now this one is a little bit more dense than this L'Oreal one. This L'Oreal definitely has a little bit more bounce, and it's a little bit softer on the skin, but this is still a really great product. I love the fact that you have this flat edge right here and then this rounded edge, so you can again do foundation and then go in with concealer. You can also carve out your contour. I think this is a really great sponge, and I definitely think it's worth the money. So since I have some other sponges I'm going to be showing to you guys today, I figured I would just include this one, let you know it's good. You can see it's been well loved. It's a great product. These L'Oreal sponges too, after I put them underwater, they got so big. I'm telling you, this is a huge ass sponge. It's huge. All of these got super big, and I was really surprised by that. I mean, they get a lot bigger than the Beauty Blender. Foundation I'm going to be using today is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in Golden Beige, and I'm using this because right now I don't have like an in-between color that's working for me, and I don't really feel like mixing my Sonia Kashuk foundations. I'm also going to show you guys a cream contour I've been liking from Wet n Wild that I tried. By the way, none of my stuff is sponsored by them. I bought everything. If you didn't see that drugstore haul, I had a huge ass receipt because I know I've been doing a lot of drugstore videos, but that's because I spent like $500 at the drugstore, so I need to do videos on that stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna take this L'Oreal sponge. This is $7.99, and I found this at my local Walgreens. That's where I found a lot of this stuff. But I'm gonna go ahead and use the bottom. I'm sorry all my sponges are dirty, but I've been using most of them. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tap this in. Now this feels pretty much like a beauty blender. It is so soft, and since it is a little bit damp, it's kind of cooling on the skin, and I feel like this blends out everything just as well as the beauty blender. It is so nice, and I love the fact that this tip on the end is pointed so you could get underneath your eyes, and it has such a bigger end that it takes pretty much no time to blend out your foundation. It is just awesome. And I don't know about you guys, but a lot of the time, depending on the foundation, sponges will give me more coverage than a foundation brush, unless I notice the sponge is soaking up too much product and all of that. So you can see for yourself right there, it took me honestly not long at all to blend all of that out. I really like the effect. I mean, it's literally the exact same as a beauty blender. It's crazy how some of these drugstore brands are coming out with things that you can buy instead of spending it on the beauty blender, even though I do love the Beauty Blender Pro one. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's amazing. But if you don't want to spend the money, drugstore has some options for you, and they're coming in full force. So now I'm going to show you guys concealer. This is the foundation concealer combo I've been doing a lot recently since I have been trying this stuff out, and I love this concealer. It's the Maybelline Better Skin concealer. I've been using this for a while. I'm in the shade Light right now. I'm going to take the pointed end. Sometimes I do like to pinch it a little bit. It just depends on what I'm doing. And we're just gonna go in and blend it out. I highly recommend it. Obviously you can tell by me putting all this on my face, it's blending it out perfectly. It's soaking up any excess product that does not need to be on my face so I don't have cake face. I'm kind of doing like a current foundation routine right now slash letting you see how these awesome products work. But this sponge, if I could recommend anything right off the bat, it would be this one. The NYX one is really good too, but if you don't like a sponge that's a little bit more dense, then you would want to go with the L'Oreal one. Me, I like to experiment with all of them. I love all kinds of sponges. I love the Real Techniques diamond sponge. I love, what's that other one? The Sephora brand one. So really good. I love experimenting with all of them, you know what I mean? You can see we've got our foundation and concealer blended on pretty much flawlessly. This thing just does it so quickly. I love it. This is great to bake with, which I'll show you guys here in a little bit. But now I'm going to show you guys cream contouring. Now I used this yesterday and I really did like it and it lasted all day long. This is kind of what I use as my base for my contour. That way my contour lasts all day long. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Contour, and I have not tried the highlighter yet. I've only tried the contour, and I was really nervous to test it out, to be quite honest with you. But I really enjoy it. I think it's awesome, and to me, it blended out really well on my face. Pretty sure they only have one shade. This is the Cafe Au Slade, I don't know. And it came with a sponge, but I tossed that. And then it has this little overlay on top, and then you have the cushion product. Now, I don't know if I should get rid of this or not. I'm not getting rid of it right now just in case, because I'm not sure. It comes with it, so I would probably keep it. Now, I did try to use this yesterday, and the problem that I have with it is it is so stinking big. And the directions say apply a small amount of contour or highlighter onto blender and draw lines around the nose, cheekbones, and jaw lines, and then blend contour lines in circular motion. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm gonna do it on one side of my face and show you guys. The problem is it's so thick and you wanna get your contour line really sharp. We're just gonna do that one more time and see how it works out. Because all I want is just like a line. And then it says to blend in circular motions. I just feel like you can't control that. There's just something about this I don't think is super practical. I mean, I see where they're going with it, but look at how thick that got. You know what I mean? I'm not the biggest fan of it. So I would probably skip on that. That one is $7.99 as well, but it's not, you know, it's not my favorite. It just kind of makes it look sloppy. It's thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one. This is actually for concealer, but since I love this one for foundation and concealer, I'm going to try it for contour. So I'm going to put this into the sponge like that. Since this is a little bit smaller, it might be a little bit better. I haven't tried this before. It's the first time I'm trying it. And we're just going to draw a line. See, there's just something about using these sponges that I'm not the biggest fan of for a contour. Especially that neon yellow green one. It's just not my favorite. I mean, maybe this would even be great for foundation or something if you kind of like that shape. This one, I wasn't a big fan of it when I blended out my concealer, but maybe wet it would be really nice. I just know for me, I like to have a 2-in-1 product over just one, so I like this one the best for concealer and foundation. You know, if you're just trying to pick one, but you could use this to blend out your concealer if you wanted to. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to apply this with a brush. And I'm going to use this one by Morphe, it's the M529. Just going to dabble it into the product. And I'm going to use this to contour my forehead. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to buff it around my forehead. And another thing I really like about this product is the color. The color looks so natural and it doesn't look orange or too ashy. Now, if you're really, really fair, this might be too dark for you unless you went in with a super light hand. I would probably pass on this, but I think if you have a little bit of color, I think you would really like this because you could build it up to be dark. Now when I used this with a brush yesterday, it blended out so well. I think since I waited too long to let it dry, it might be too much. I'm going to kind of use my sponge that I use with foundation and just tap it out. I tend to do that a lot with cream products. If I use cream products, it's very rare that I do. If I do use cream products, I always use the blender that I use for my foundation and just tap it out. Make sure it's nice and blended. Personally, for me, with this cream contour, I would say go in with a brush, blend it out, and then if you have to, just take your beauty blender and blend it out even more because it eventually does blend out. You know what I mean? Like, you could see it right there. And this is kind of like my base for the rest of my contour that I'm going to do on my face. You could see it does give you that natural contoured look to your face, and I really, really like that. So I'm going to set everything with my Flower Beauty powder. And again, I'm going to take that L'Oreal sponge. Okay, so while my face bakes, I'm going to finish the rest of my face makeup, and then I'll be back to give you guys my final thoughts on these sponges. Okay, so I finished the rest of my face. I did go with a more kind of natural look today. I didn't feel like doing false lashes or anything, so... But I'm going to tell you really quickly what I put on my face. To contour, I just added a little bit extra contour right on top. You can see, ooh, right on top. I did use the Essence Shape Your Face contouring palette. I believe this is new from them. I'm not sure. So I love the contour in this. I do like this little highlight. It's not necessarily like a blinding highlight, but it's a matte highlight. You can use it to carve out your contour if you wanted to. Not the biggest fan of the blush, but this pan is the biggest. It's the contour, so I mean, it's kind of worth it for me. But yeah, I've been really liking this lately. And then I do have on this Revlon Tickled Pink blush. This is one of the newest ones that I showed in my haul. So I have this on. It's a very light colored blush. And then I do have on the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in the shade Precious Petals. And for mascara, I have the Wet n Wild Lash Renegade. And then for my lips, I do have on the Wet n Wild Gel Lip Liner in Bear to Comment. I love these gel lip liners. They are absolutely amazing. They are so creamy. They could be a lip color on their own. But I did top it off with the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit in the shade Nudist Peach. So I'm quickly going to wrap things up for you guys and let you know my final thoughts. Obviously, as most of you know, I absolutely love this L'Oreal sponge. I think it's amazing. 100% worth the $8 that you will spend on it. It's awesome. Highly recommend it, as well as the NYX one. I forget how much is the NYX one. Oh, so this is $8 as well. It's online only at Ulta, and it's the Access Flawless Finish Sponge. Like I said, this one's a little bit more dense and this one's a little bit bouncier, so it's just going to depend on what you want. This one, like I said, I don't necessarily like it for contouring. For me personally, I would never use this to contour. It's just too thick. I don't have enough control. I don't blend it out like I want to. And it is $8 as well, but again, you could probably use this for foundation. I don't know. It feels like it has a different texture than the foundation one, so maybe not. It's just one of those things where if you want to try it, definitely try it out, but to me, it's too damn big. And then this one is going to be all about you, what you like to apply your foundation with, you know, all the tools that you like to have when you're doing this. If you don't like using one tool as like your foundation and concealer blender, you could totally pick this up and use it to blend out your concealer. It's small and it gets right in there, and you could set your face with this. If you didn't want to bake a lot of your face, you could use this just to bake right underneath the eyes. Again, I do not like any of these sponges dry, but I do like them underneath water, squeezing out the excess water and then using it with my product. This is kind of like those mini beauty blenders where I knew if I bought the mini beauty blenders, I would never use them because I can't take that little thing and go underneath my eyes. But this is a little bit bigger than that. And I want to do just like a quick little review of the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Contour. I do like this. I am going to keep it, and I think I am going to continue to use it just as long as I remember to not bake before I do this, because I would not put this over powder. As you can tell from the video, it does dry pretty quickly, so I would use it with a brush. I think that's the easiest way to use this product. I just think it's worth it and I think it's fun. Again, I have not tried the highlighter one yet. I'm a little nervous to try it, but I will test it out for you guys really soon. But this is a go for me as well. I will update you guys in a future video on this Revlon sponge because I totally forgot to demonstrate it in this video. But I will probably include it in my hits and misses video. So check that out at the end of the month. I will have it all there. That is it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if you're excited to see my review on this Wet n Wild foundation, because I'm going to let you know this week how we're feeling, how it's gonna go, and you're gonna watch how it wears throughout the day in the natural sunlight and my studio lights. Also, feel free to leave other video requests down below in the comments. I know I haven't played with high-end makeup lately, but that's just because I got an ass load of drugstore products to work with right now. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video.